How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Ultimate Hunter Shooting Sports YouTube channel.
Impact!
Impact! Impact!
Helps you win, it helps you hunt.
So, this year I was lucky enough to draw a Colorado Pronghorn tag. I've been saving points for quite a few years now. Never killed a pronghorn in my life, and I'm pretty excited about that. And last year, I hunted my Colorado mule deer with my Wilson Combat NULA in 6.5 here, and it performed great. I've done a full build video on this, so check that out on the channel. And it, like I said, it did a great job. I used some Nosler factory ammunition, and I know that Wilson makes rifles, suppressors, and through Lehigh, hunting ammunition. So I figured, why not use the full Wilson hunting system on that pronghorn hunt this year? So that's exactly what I've got here, guys. I've got the rifle, the Silent Bandit Suppressor, and the Lehigh Defense, both TME and TCC. That's tipped maximum expansion and tipped controlled chaos ammunition. Now, both of those loadings are in 120 grain flavor. Those TME bullets, for the first 10 rounds, my average velocity was 28.08, and the last 5 rounds I shot, I was averaging 28.31. Now, with the TCCs, the first 10 rounds, I was averaging 27.99 on velocity. For the last 5 rounds, my average was 27.83. So whether it was over with the TMEs or just under with the TCCs, I was averaging right around 2800, which is where this exact setup is supposed to be advertised velocity-wise on the Lehigh website. To be honest, my rest setup was not optimal. I put this longer bipod on here thinking, yeah, pronghorn hunting, I'll get some extra elevation. I've covered the setup that I can do with this in a seated position using a backpack as rear rest in a previous video. And I got all excited thinking that, looks cool with a can on there. It's gonna be my pronghorn setup. And I didn't think about the fact that I still need to shoot from the bench to get things zeroed, get more data accumulated. The whole point of the TME is to expand but stay together in one piece. On the other hand, the 120 grain controlled chaos, the tipped controlled chaos, it's supposed to kind of unfurl and have the front half of the bullet or a front portion of the bullet break away, typically in 5 to 7 petals, and the base will stay together in one piece and continue to penetrate. Now let's kind of talk about the star of the show here a little bit, the Silent Bandit Suppressor from Wilson Combat. Now, I opted for the 30 caliber 5 baffle version. It comes in at 5 3/4 inches, maybe just a hair over, but 5 3/4, 12.1 ounces with the included mount, 1 3/4 inch diameter. It is hub compatible. It does have a changeable end cap if you're switching back and forth between multiple calibers. And it is compatible with the Quell K-mount if you already have a Quell suppressor system from Wilson Combat. They advertise 28 to 31 decibel reduction, depending on the model you go with, the 5 or 6 baffle, and depending on the ammunition and the caliber that you're using. This can is designed to control flow and reduce back pressure, but overall, it's not a huge can. It's pretty quiet, it's pretty light. It just seemed like it would fit really well with this rifle and what I'm trying to do here. And so far, I'm super pleased with it. Obviously, I was shooting with earplugs on the range because it's still a 6.5 Creedmoor. You're still going to have a good amount of sound with the sonic crack and everything, but it was very pleasant to shoot. With the groups we've had and the minor adjustment I've had to do, I'm really happy with this setup so far. And I even walked it out to a plate at 450. I think it's 446 to be exact. But again, with an improvised rest using the bipod and kind of kneeling behind the bench, my holdovers lined up almost perfectly. Had to account for wind a little bit, and I had a couple rounds go high again as things started to heat up and those velocities started increasing on me a little bit. But overall, for just slapping on a different suppressor and using different factory ammunition, I'm super pleased so far. And that should be my 450 hash mark. You on it?
Yep.
I'm going to start with a dead hole.
Impact.
That's a good start. Let's see if we can get 5 in a row.
Impact. Did you say that's 450 yards?
Yeah, it's like 446.
446.
On my rangefinder.
That was about 2 inches over the top. Did you pull that?
I couldn't tell if that was me or if we had one run hot.
Okay.
But I'll probably let that cool off first.
Left, right was perfect. You were just a little over the top.
Okay. We'll let that cool off for a second and then do the same. Now, as many of you know, I've been sponsored by Wilson Combat as a competitive pistol shooter for a number of years. Actually, since I was 17 years old. I've got the t-shirt on here. So to remove bias from this video, this won't be a gear review. This will basically just be an overview of the gear that I'm taking to go hunt pronghorn with this year. Obviously, I'm already a fan of it. It's performing well. It's made a great little hunting rifle package here. But keep in mind, there will be inherent bias because of that as you watch this video. But hopefully the rest of the testing goes well, and hopefully we can make something happen this fall when we're hunting for pronghorn. I was worried that adding all of this weight out to the front of this tiny, light little rifle would make it not balance or handle quite as well, but my balance point is still just right there at about the end of the scope. And I would guess that this rifle weighs 8 pounds, maybe. It still points very well. It shoulders nicely, it balances well. I think this is going to be a great hunting rifle. And again, a lot of adaptability on this system here, guys.
Yeah.
So this is probably our last day of scouting before my first pronghorn hunt. Saw some groups from the highway, mostly on private, near public. And as soon as we pulled off the highway, saw a pretty good buck. And went on a little walk to try and pick him back up again. We haven't yet. But from what I could tell, from 14 to 1600 yards out, it's pretty good for me. But that's encouraging to see a potential shooter first thing on the last scouting day.